no, censor that or something.
Doesn't that some of that Israeli looks good though, right? I'll give them that.
They've got some incredibly.
They're so hot.
They have an insane ratio of very thin to huge titty women in Israel.
That's propaganda, supposedly. There's only like
Those are
2
fake.
women, like a Natalie Portman or a Gal Gadot. Those women come around once every. It's like when Venus and Mars line up. It's so rare that something like that happens, and they parade them everywhere. And then you have an idea in your head of the IDF being like Lara Croft Tomb Raider type of women, walking around with big F cups, huge ass, 10-inch waist.
Right, and they really like Bella Nostra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You see the pictures of the Israeli women, and they all have like blue eyes and blonde hair. And it's like now you would pass. Like you'd pass. Like if Hitler like walked down a line, you go like, no, you're not. You're allowed. Yeah. Wasn't that what we were told? When I was a kid, I always had this idea that
we were told many things that aren't
you
true.
You had to have blue eyes and blonde hair, and then Hitler wouldn't kill you.
Yeah, that they would like measure
That's so retarded.
That's like what my understanding of it was.
That's so retarded.
When I was a kid,
well, then why do you go to war with England? You know what I mean? Why do you go to war with America?
That's true.
He should have loved us, actually. We should have invaded, and he'd be like, you guys can stay. I'll give you citizenship.
Well, he didn't
sound,
initially want to kill us or England. He just wanted us to get in line.
Well, he was baited into it.
Yeah.
Because they made up a big lie about the and got that whole thing going.
Anyway, yeah. Let's get out of this.
Yeah. We've been down these roads before. These are well-traveled roads, brother.
I'm sorry, it's a very popular. I've yet to look into it, but it's a very popular thing on X. We're gonna move on.
What is popular on X?
I'm constantly seeing things that like the didn't happen, and I see 900 replies, and everyone's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Oh, interesting," and I like look at their account to see if it's a bot, and it's not.
Yeah,
and I click on it to see if it's a guy from India, and I'm like, "No, this is just a guy. This is a normal guy.
There's a normal non-Indian guy." No, that was the very
white guy. Like, didn't happen.
I got banned from X this week because I drew. To be fair, I did draw a picture of Elon getting his brains blown out. And I quote tweeted it at him. I got banned in 45 minutes. It was actually very impressive. But then I created another Twitter account. I just logged in, and the default profile, like the default timeline, was like Hitler fan cams and like Stephen Bannon shit.
Yeah.
It was like Hitler with like hard eyes over. And
it's webcam girls saluting Hitler.
Yeah, it's like K-Town clips, but with Hitler in it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, but I can't do my little art or whatever.
Well, it's weird because nowadays you can agree with a lot of what a person says, but then there's like 3% of it where like they don't think the happened. You go, well, I don't. You're like, jury's still out on that one for me, I guess.
Yeah.
At this point, enough people are denying the so I'm like, maybe I should look into this.
Happening is cringe. It was best.
Yeah.
I call it the cringe-a-cost.
The Doge is best. We are going to stop looking into the
We stop looking into and your grandma gets no social security. It's base.
Have you seen the clip of Elon? He's wearing the like Israeli Star of David necklace. And he's like, so the hostages, we gotta bring them home. We gotta bring the hostages home, and everyone starts cheering. He's like, yeah, the woke Palestinians are trying to kill Israel.
I'm actually designing robot Jews to fight Palestinians. We're designing space Jews.
Are these hostages real even?
Who knows? Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, I kind of don't think it's real.
Are they real people?
It's probably mannequins with wigs.
I don't know. And even if they are,
honestly,
every time they like return them, they're always like getting off a plane with like a big bone they're like picking their teeth with. Like they just ate a big Thanksgiving meal. They're like fat as shit and like got a big handkerchief. They're like white, and it's just like, can you believe they fed them to look kind?
Some guy sent me a thing about how we found the Nag Hammadi in 1945, and it was found by Muslims or whatever.
What's the Nag Hammadi?
It's the Coptic text. It's like the Book of Thomas. It's all the books from. It's the Gnostic Gospels.
Where Jesus
she's just talking to Mary. He's talking to Thomas.
Where Jesus did some weird shit.
Actually, way less weird shit than he did in the Bible. It's stuff that's not the miracles. It's just Jesus then said that, be nice. It's all Jesus talking. There's a lot of it, and a lot of it is also it's crazy horse shit, right?
Right.
So supposedly the way we found him is there's this guy. So this is what's really hard about telling stories like this. Everybody's name is Muhammad, and so
most popular name in the world.
So I read I'll read the story right here. It's Muhammad.
DoorDash should change their name to Muhammad.
but spelled like how apps do it.
Yeah.
Or just MHMD. Yeah.
Some guy sent it to me. Hold on. Because I'm probably not going to get the name right.
You're like, it's a double dash time on Muhammad. I got to take this. I got to deliver some halal bread.
In December of 1945, an Arab peasant made an astonishing archaeological discovery in Upper Egypt. Muhammad Ali al-Saman, shortly before he and his brothers avenged their father's murder in a blood feud.
Well, it doesn't sound like an Arab. Were you telling me this happened in Egypt?
Why are they doing shit like this all the time? Where it's like, this is an Old Testament story. Why is this 1945?
Can I tell you the reason? I think they all still have the big curvy swords, and it just makes you do weird shit. If you have a big curvy
You
weird sword.
gotta do
everywhere.
something with it.
Yeah. If you have a big curvy sword with 2 points on the end of it, you're like, I have to kill somebody because of my dad.
You go, look at this thing. It's curved. It's supposed to go around the neck.
Also, like, Upper Egypt, can't you see a guy coming for 1,000 miles away? Can't you get out of the way? Or just start... You see him coming 100 miles away, you just start walking. You go, he'll never catch me.
It is so funny.
He's coming to kill
Well, they're
me.
also malnourished. You're like, there's nothing I can do.
These people,
Yeah, there's no water.
Yeah.
they fight like they're fighting over the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
Yeah, like it's private.
They're fighting over complete shit.
Can you imagine if they...
It's kind of like when you find out, like, you know, like a motorcyclist on like the freeway zigzags around you and goes crazy and you go, if that guy dies, would anyone give a shit? Like, are people supposed to show up to his funeral and be like, oh, can't believe how did this happen?
I can't believe zigzag motorcycle guy died.
The same with these people. Would you go to their funeral and you're really supposed to go like, how did this... He was involved in a blood feud.
He's avenging his father's death.
That's the speeches at your funeral. Well, he was very involved in the blood feud over dirt. And you're supposed to be like, oh, no. He died over dirt.
His father
You
had...
fucking retard. Fucking idiot. How about you let a woman drive, even though they shouldn't?
His father had the 7th best rock in Egypt stolen from him.